Hey folks, welcome back to Canada's Boxing Channel. I hope everyone's having a good day. Nice and sunny here, though it was snowy and freezing overnight, which, when is golf season going to start? I keep asking myself. Anyways, to boxing. The Ring magazine reported last week on the Moses Itauma story. Moses Itauma, who is either a superstar in the making or a hot prospect, depending upon your point of view. Certainly a boxer who's shown a tremendous amount of promise. And he was actually supposed to appear on the undercard of the Filip Hrgovic Joe Joyce match, which is due to take place on April the 5th. But the Ring magazine is reporting that heavyweight contender Moses Itauma looks set to make his debut in Scotland on May the 24th. The 20-year-old appeared to be heading for an undercard slot on Queensberry Promotions' Heavy Impact event, headlined by Joe Joyce against Filip Hrgovic in Manchester on April the 5th. And apparently, an Albanian, Nelson Haisa, was in the running to face Itauma, but there's now been a change of plans. So he's going to head north to Scotland to box at the SSE Hydro in Glasgow, and that will be on the undercard of a Josh Taylor headlined event. So we don't have an opponent for Moses Itauma. Although it is unlikely that Haisa will get the nod. That's what Ring magazine is saying. They don't have any opponent even speculated in this, so we're left sort of guessing. But one thing that we can now, I think, take off the table is the suggestion that Moses Itauma is going to beat Mike Tyson's record and become the youngest heavyweight champion in history. Now, Mike Tyson, he won the heavyweight championship off Trevor Burbeck on November the 22nd, 1986. And he was 20 years, 4 months and 22 days old. His record at that time was 27-0 with 25 KOs. Now Moses Itauma, was born on the 28th of December 2004. So he clicked over 20 on the 28th of December last year, 2024. January, February, March, April. I mean, it is, I suppose, technically possible. What date do we have for the Scottish event? May the 24th. No, it would still be, even if they brought in somebody who was a world title holder, it really does appear that the dream of Moses Itauma becoming the youngest heavyweight champion in history is not going to come to fruition. It is possible, of course, that he would better Floyd Patterson's record. Now, until Mike Tyson came along, excuse me, Floyd Patterson was the youngest heavyweight champion in history. Floyd Patterson won the title on November the 30th, 1956, beating Archie Moore, the old mongoose. And at that time, Floyd Patterson was 21 years, 10 months, 3 weeks, and 5 days old. Floyd Patterson was born on January the 4th, 1935. So, he being Moses Itauma, could beat, and he would have some comfort, he'd have a year and change. He could beat Floyd Patterson's record. Therefore, he would become the second youngest. Of course, he could beat Herbie Hyde's record. Herbie Hyde is the youngest British heavyweight to win a world title. Herbie Hyde was born on August the 27th, 1971, and he won the title on March the 19th, 1994, beating Michael Bent. Herbie Hyde had a record of 25-0 at that time. Now, a lot of people will also say, well, Moses Itauma doesn't have enough fights under his belt to challenge for a world title. And those people will, of course, point to the 27-0 record that Mike Tyson had, or they will point to the 25-0 record that Herbie Hyde had. And there's some merit to saying that. You know, a fighter should have more fights under their belt. They should be more seasoned. That it's hard to go back when you fought for a world heavyweight title. You're then only really going to be fighting at these elite levels, and you've sort of missed your opportunity to learn your craft, if you like. But I will point out that when Floyd Patterson beat Archie Moore, his record was 11-0. So it's not strictly speaking a bar, but it would be good if a fighter had some more experience learning their craft, etc. I think I've sort of always said, well, a record is there to be broken, but I wouldn't push Moses Itauma. My view, it would be better to get some more rounds under his belt, to get some seasoning. Then he wins a world title. Then he has a long career. He's got experience. He's developed his ring IQ, etc., so forth, rather than rushing him, because he might win a world title, but then he really might not have the experience to be able to defend it, if you know what I mean. So anyways, it looks like the dream is over, but I still think that there's a spectacular future ahead for Moses Itauma. And I think that in the fullness of time, we might say, you know what, this was the right decision. Also, another thing has to happen for a fighter to set a record. You've really got to have, quite frankly, a bit of a weaker champion, maybe, or a less of a strong field. I mean, Archie Moore was not a weak person. Archie Moore had a spectacular record. Archie Moore was fundamentally, though, a light heavyweight, and he was older at the time that Floyd Patterson took the title. It was a vacant title as well. If you think about it now, for Moses Itauma to win a legitimate world title, he would have to beat either Daniel Dubois or Alexander Usyk. And both of those would be hard nuts to crack. Both, but especially Usyk, would have a gulf of experience more than Itauma. And likewise, I think Dubois would be 7 or maybe 8 years older, got a lot more time under his belt. He's tasted defeat, he's rebuilt, he's come back, etc., so forth. There's no real soft touch. Not that Moses would be looking for a soft touch, but there isn't, the stars haven't really aligned. So that's my take on it. I think at the end of the piece, there's a silver lining to this. I think Moses will be a better heavyweight and a better heavyweight champion for having had a little bit more time to learn his craft. That's my take. Let me know what you think. If you like this video, please like, please share, please subscribe. It would be great to get some more subscribers. And for those of you who have subscribed already, thank you very, very much. I really appreciate that. Cheers. I'll see you on the next video.